In this video we will talk about a hero board and actions that our hero can perform during the game. Here you can see our hero board, and we have Svara, the Vengeful Grace, as a character, and basic items, weapons. In this case, a Holy Fang, another weapon, a quarrel, and the bone armor is as a ritual. Our character sets strength to 5, instinct to 6, and will to 4. She has a special ability that allows to create 2 instinct dice in your prime set instead of just 1. And another ability that will activate in a camp to restore 1 primal force and 2 points of your attributes. And your attributes will be used to create a primal set. And primal set is the basic 3 dice that you will use each time you encounter an enemy or try to overcome a challenge. Of course, sometimes you will need different color or even more dice, but then you will need to use your primal strength or some kind of actions cards, or use more advanced weapons, rituals, and allies. So by spending 1 point of strength, you generate 1 dice for strength, and similar with other attributes. So to create this set, you need to spend 1 point of each of your attribute. Another section is primal. So primal allows you to modify the dice. As spending 1 point of your primal force, you may reroll a die. By spending 2 points, you may change a color, and by spending 3, you may add additional dice to your primal set. So, for example, I can add additional strength dice. So now I have this called a challenge set. It has more than 3 dice in it. So this was our primal, and our cards here represents like our equipment, and we have some action cards too. So those are like on our hand. We can play them. For example, here we can use in any hero's challenge. So we may support with those cards other players, or just use them on us, on our hero. And those cards represent a sagas. So in a case of Holy Fang, for example, when we acquire this item, it came to the game with a story deck. So by getting this card, we then look at the next quest card, and we may see what is the what adventure tokens we need to gather here to progress and acquire Drakiv Soul or Flesh Carver. So this will upgrade a weapon, or we will gain additional skill. And we need a trophy, explore settlement, and explore mountains to gather the knowledge about this weapon. And the title is First for Blood. So as you can see, all items are created in some kind of storytelling side quest. And here we have section that corresponds to our actions. And now we will talk about actions. Our hero can represent up to 4 actions during the day. 1 action at dawn, 1 at noon, dusk, and the last one at midnight. Then he will be moved to camp, where she, in the case of Svara, recover some attributes and recover primal force, and of course rearrange your weapons, rituals, and allies for the next day. One of many actions is just traveling, so you can move your hero to another region. And remember, each of those actions that will be described here, you can perform many times. There is no limit. So, for example, in one action, I can go to Pomeranian forests. Our second action is exploration, for example. You can try to explore this region. So you look at the icon that it contains, and then you can pull this card and try to resolve the card and gain some rewards, or follow the description what's happening when you failed. And so this was a second action, exploration. Third action could be trying to remove the mark token. So if you decide to remove mark token, you just choose an enemy and you try to defeat him. If you manage to defeat the enemy, this token goes off from the board and to your story stone. And next action you can perform is rest action. So by spending one action, you can recover 2 points of up to 2 points of your attributes. And the last action you can perform is similar to traveling, but it's travel by sea. So when you are in the region with this icon, you can by one action just sail to another place that contains the same icon. So for one action I can go even there, right? So those were all actions you can perform during the game. So travel by land, travel by sea, destroying the Merc token, exploring land, and just rest action. So that's all.